So, just to be clear, everyone is presently heading for the pickaxe, correct?
Yes, we're going to drop off our bags and
Yep.
stuff and go.
We're going through
well,
the plaza towards you. Yeah.
Alright.
Was there a public stables for our horses, or are we still leading our horses through the city?
There was
Horse?
there was a public stables, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I wanted
Oh.
to sell my horse there. That's what Tordek
not
would
you-
do. That's why I said
It's not-
I will be behind them. So you would
You-
get
Well, you
your
could run
horses
back to
first.
the stable.
Yeah, well, that's one thing he will do at that point then.
Okay. Joyous.
You know, if we don't, out of character, if we don't find a boat, we'd be one horse down because you sold yours, right?
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. There's a reason I really like this group. Alright.
I'm so hoping we don't find out.
Oh boy. Well, this Tordic succeeds in selling his horse.
Oh, and he's doing that now?
Yeah. Well, if anything happens at the pickaxe, if not, then I would immediately leave, try to sell the horse, and then go to the blacksmith.
Let's take it that one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Alright, so, alright, so the pickaxe, upon finding it, it's pretty easy to find. It's the loudest building on this block. Even at this hour, when you step inside, it is noisy from the city's various dwarfs who attend this place, sort of clinking glasses, chugging and singing drinking songs, and, the interesting choice of music being played by some individuals in the back and all that. It's a very nicely lit establishment.
Don't tieflings have tall ears?
Yes, why?
Okay, so there's this, even from under her cloak, she, pulls her hood down more, over her horns more, probably rustling up Akira on top, plus the music would wake him up anyway.
Yeah.
And there's, a visible ear droop thing going on under her hood. She does not like the loud music at all.
Are you alright?
She twitches her head and it's, loud.
If you want, we could, if they stay here, we could go to the ferry's wingtip, if that might be quieter, and it's closer to the library. I'm sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
She
I was
looks
just
to
waiting
the
for a
others.
response.
Yeah, she looks to the others to see what they're doing, and if they notice Pan's, I guess, offer or invitation or
Tordek
something.
ignores it and goes to the barkeeper and tries to get a beer.
Okay.
He feels home.
Yeah, he does.
Drunken cross everywhere.
About Vashton.
And he
Yeah,
asks for-
Vashton is just organizing things in his backpack. Though I guess should I make a sleight of hand for that? If he's surreptitiously listening while pretending to be uninterested? It doesn't
Well-
feel like sleight of hand.
It's not sleight of hand. We're not even
Yeah.
paying attention, so we don't
Yeah,
care.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretending
We
to
don't-
not listen, but he's listening.
Alright, so Nalali will just sort of shrug, and as Tordic go back inside, and she looks up to Akira. What's Akira doing at the sound of the music?
Sort of shrinking periodically every time the drums are hit.
Akira, how about you? Do you want to come to the ferry's wingtip?
He looks at you and then says, "If it's quieter, then oh gods, please, yes."
All right.
In the middle of him saying, please, yes, she's already turning and going off towards the wing.
Are we on the horses or not? Still,
I don't think...
I can't tell if this is
Yeah.
Is this one of the big cities where we're walking through the middle of the road on horseback, or?
Grey Rose is one of the major cities. You can tell because it's white with a black outline and not black with a white outline. That's the difference.
Okay, so we are on horseback right now.
Probably, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Well, then she can't really do that. She's on the same horse as Pan. So.
Oh, yeah. Pan's just going to yell at Vashtin and Tardek. We'll be staying at the ferry's wingtip. The noise is a bit loud here. Do you guys want to meet up?
What'd he say?
What noise? And he starts singing with the other dwarfs.
Vashtin, tell Turdek we'll meet up. We'll catch up with each other tomorrow morning.
At the docks.
All right. Have fun. Be responsible.
Don't impregnate each other.
Don't
Each
drink
other.
and drive.
It doesn't work that way.
So, how much do I pay for the room for tonight?
Let's
Or
say,
the rooms?
let's say that. The last time you guys said it was 2 silver per person, right? Or was it 5?
Yep. It was
It was
True.
5 silver.
It was 5 silver
Five-
because it was
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
it was 2
2
gold per 2 rooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably the same here, and then the tipsy or the fairy's wingtip is like a gold piece of room or something.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
so-
Yeah. Pretty much.
We would be paying. Well, it depends how big the rooms are, but
Yeah.
we would probably be paying 1 gold piece for a room total. They'd probably be paying 5 silvers for a room total.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I pay 1 gold for 2 rooms.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Well, isn't Washington staying with me at the
Yep.
Yeah.
PX?
Vashtin
Yeah,
is
so
still
we need 2
around.
rooms.
Okay. We are probably just going to pay because the Pixie's going to be a bigger. There's going to be bigger rooms, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. The guard did say that it's it's the nicer, but also more expensive of the two. So
We're going to pay a gold for 1 room
yes,
because it's larger rooms.
yes.
And hope that there's 2 beds.
And everything cut out.
Right.
Okay, what was that, guys? I lost internet connection there for like half a second.
Oh, we're hoping that there's 2 beds.
Right. Makes sense. I heard that part. And someone just dropped from the Skype call.
Uh-oh.
That'd be
Oh.
okay, everyone back?
Yeah,
No,
think
everyone's
so.
in here.
I'm back.
Hooray!
Wow.
It was the Vashtin.
The Boston.
Sure, look. That's your new official nickname. It's canon.
The Washington. You know,
All right.
That's just like,
It's a silent D. It's like
All right. So, which group are you going to be covering first?
If I had a coin, I'd flip it, but as it is, I'm just gonna have to roll 1d6 and 1 through 3. I guess I'll go with the folks over at the pickaxe. Everything else, the fairy. I guess we're starting at the pickaxe.
So, Washington, I paid for the rooms. I think we're going to take a boat, so we could sell the horses.
I'm not specifically against the idea,
Yeah.
but I don't know if Panmorn will approve.
He doesn't have to know.
All right.
You know what?
So, what do we tell them? We should have this sorted out before we lie
Sorry?
to him again.
Hello?
I think I cut it out.
Hello?
Hello.
Sorry, I just
Yes?
got kicked
Yeah.
out of Skype for a second. I didn't hear anything. So, sorted out something?
We should sort out our lies before we tell them, in advance this time. So we don't
Yeah.
have another The Lion fiasco.
Yeah, exactly. So, we can tell him that we found some people who are on their way to Adlin, or what's the city called?
Addleton is the settlement you left.
Addleton. Yeah. And that they were taking the horses for us back to the place.
Alright, and we can't have them send their horses with the same people because they were leaving
Because they already
right
left.
that moment. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the
It's
point.
too bad that they were staying at a different inn.
Yeah. Too bad indeed. So let's go find a place to sell the horses.
Alright.
And we go off to a stable and try to sell the horse.
Alright. Hey.
How much is a riding horse, by the way?
That is an amazingly good question. Let me go look.
Probably, I think it was like 50 gold or some crap.
I think it was more 80 or something.
Yeah, something like that. We'll
75.
get lots of gold. Yeah, we'll get lots of gold. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Riding horse is 75 gold pieces.
Yep.
You can sell it for basically half, and then maybe with a high charisma get it for as much as it costs, or a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, Vashton, I would say you sell the horses. You're better at dealing with animals and...
I'm fine with the horses. I am not as comfortable with the people.
Notably because you
Russ.
haven't been around them very much. You as we established in episode 1, you're sort of a new arrival in society, as it were.
So you have to learn how to deal with them. And trust me, it's better if you talk to them.
I don't even
Trust me on that.
actually know what these horses are worth.
Each one is about 75 gold worth, but let's see how much you can get.
Alright. Vashton goes up to find the most in-charge looking person he can.
Alright. Alright, so there are a number of individuals sort of scattered around. The person who seems to be sort of the big in-charge person that you can find is, surprisingly enough, actually a human. He's an older folk, has sort of a, bottom of the neck, long, dark red hair, and he's sort of tending to one of the horses, brushing it and all that. Turns his eye to you as you approach. Oh, hello. What can I do for you?
My friend and I would like to sell 2 horses.
Oh? Might I see the horses?
Yeah, do we have them with us? If so,
I would assume.
Vashton-
I would assume so.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can't
Not
really
that
leave
we're-
them anywhere, so yeah.
Yeah.
Vashton gestures back to them.
All right. So the human quickly finishes brushing off his horse and then goes to give them an inspection. All right. So let's see here. He looks them over up and down for a little bit, taps his chin, and then finally sort of returns to you and says, "They're fine horses. Little on the They haven't had the most superb caretaker of them, but they're fine horses. Let me think." He taps his chin for a moment. Out of character, since I'm still trying to figure all this shit out, what would be a reasonable price here? Like maybe 40 gold?
So what you would do here is you would, let's say you would start with half, and then based on your and then you would make a charisma roll, and based on your charisma roll, you act accordingly.
Okay. And half of 75.
36.
Okay.
Or 37, rather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so he taps his chin for a moment longer before saying, "I'd say 37 gold pieces for each."
I think that is perhaps low. Each of them competently, the last 2 days, has covered nearly 40 miles each day. Their slight dishevelment is mostly in part to being able to take such a extreme journey with ease.
Alright, I guess that's a charisma roll then.
All right, here we go.
Oh, holy
yes.
crap.
Surprisingly well for my -1.
Oh, you also have a -1. Oh, okay.
Neither of us were a good option for selling the horses,
No.
but we went for it.
Out of character, Nalalia, what's your
Hi.
charisma
Higher than
modifier?
1. My
I had
charisma
a plus.
modifier. My charisma modifier is a 3.
Yeah, I have a +2, so the
The two that wanted to sell the horses have a hard time doing it.
Hey, I'm in team. We're good.
Yeah. So, he taps his chin a bit longer, and then Nan says, I suppose that is a rational point. I definitely see the signs of wear and tear from travel. I can go up to 45 gold pieces per horse, but no higher.
That seems fair.
You press me, but I think that, as my companion has said, that price is fair.
Very good.
Considering you got the horses for free? Wait.
Alright.
Yep, so we sell the horses.
Yep.
morality
I love it when that
-5.
Yeah. Yes, karma has decreased.
Here, let me... Let's
What's
see.
that karma? I don't know her.
Oh, you'll
Karma.
get
No,
you'll
we
get to
sold
know her.
horses,
You'll get to
not
know her.
cars.
Trust me, with the kind of games that Brian creates, you'll get to know it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm the type of guy who keeps track of what my players do and then pulls shit on them for it later. So be mindful of that.
Ornick
mean,
doesn't care.
I always expect selling stolen things to come back to bite me, but, I do it anyway. So.
Yeah. That's the fun.
At least in this particular case, they weren't actually stolen. They just
Yeah,
weren't bought.
Yeah.
see.
They were lent and then sold. So in a way stolen, but in a way not.
They were stolen.
Yeah,
They were
right.
stolen.
In a way, yeah.
So, Vashtin, what are you doing now? Any plans?
Well, I had hoped to ask around for any signs of Char.
Okay, you do
If
that.
he came this
I'm-
way, he would fed.
That's a good idea. I will go to the blacksmith first and try to see if he can help me fix my armor a bit more. As you can see, it's good, but it could be better. And I head to the plaza, to the middle of the town.
Alright, well, as long as you're heading that way, let's jump over to Pan and Nalalia and see what sort of shenanigans they're getting up to. So, you find the fairy's wingtip after a little while of walking, and its sign matches the name. It's actually a really nice looking wooden sign with painting on it that resembles like a stained glass fairy wing. It's very nice looking. And then it has nice beveled text in it. Very pretty.
Right.
Very
Wow. Pan is marveling at it. I'm imagining one of those grand big house type things.
It's like 4 stories tall. It's sizable. It's pretty damn big.
I'm glad we decided to just go here.
Oh, indeed, Akira says. And from the sounds of it, it's not too loud either.
A welcome. And Nalalia just sort of moves on into the inn to see what kind of innkeeper or whatever they have. Which is probably an elf.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. Thanks for giving me the idea.
Wood elf, probably.
Yeah. What else?
With a name, or assume elves.
Alright, so the elf behind the counter glances up, and there's people all over a rather sizable common room. But it's not super loud. They're keeping their voices down, keeping chit-chat to themselves. It's not exactly quiet, but it's not loud. It's a pleasant volume.
Yeah. Pan hands Nalalia a gold piece. Can you book us rooms? I'm going to see if there's a stable around here to tie up the horses. Or the horse. We only have one horse. Tie up the horse.
Right. Nalalia nods her head and heads off towards the
Innkeep.
innkeep.
Alright. Alright, so I guess we're splitting up the party even more. I'll just say Panmorn can just go do that. We'll stick with Nalalia.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, Panmorn somehow gets totally lost, but we'll see. Alright, so...
Nalia, she steps up to the barkeep and she's we wish to book a room here. If one of your rooms would have 2 beds, of course.
The elf looks at you for a moment and says, "Of course. As it rests, all of our rooms that happen to have multi-person accommodations do have separate beds. It's just sort of a personal touch of mine on that front. So, that'll be, so how many in your party? I notice there's only one of you here right now.
Yes, it's just 2.
Alright, in that case, that'll be... And... Are you wanting one room with 2 beds, or just 2 separate rooms?
1 room with 2 will be fine.
Alright, in that case, that'll be 1 gold piece.
Yeah. I was gonna say that Nalalia would pay for it herself, rather than use the gold coin that Pan gave her, but that would effectively amount to the same, unless he somehow snuck the gold back into Pan's pocket. So, nah. Gold coin handed to Innkeep, and Pan or Nalalia then is like, and how expensive is your drinks or food here? And then she thinks and knows that Pan has left, and she's like, do you perhaps import the mushroom stew here from Addleton?
The elf nods and says, "Yes, as a matter of fact we do. Not in humongous quantities, but we do import it on occasion. It's
Okay.
It's requested frequently enough that I see no harm in bringing some here occasionally."
So, some of your mushroom stew and a drink for me and my friend when he returns.
Very good. That'll be... Let me think again. How much did we say the mushroom stew was again?
Few copper.
With the food in the stew, if it's pretty good food, it's 2 gold total.
Right. No, what else roll that? Alright. Alright.
Alright,
Plus.
so what was 2 gold then?
Yeah. Plus imports means tariffs.
Yeah. Though it's not from another continent or something, so not that bad, but still.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, Pan then, I keep saying Pan. I am not Pan. Anyway, Nalalia she goes over to one of the tables, and she sits there to wait for either Pan to get back or the barkeep to bring the food and drinks, and then she sits and looks at one of her books again, because why not?
Alrighty. Shortly after, I'm just going to say that Pan is able to make his way back.
No. Yeah.
Pan is going to walk over to Nalalia's table, and sit down. Did you book the rooms? The room?
Yes.
The room.
I booked
Okay.
1 room, two beds for us, and
Okay.
I also got us a meal. And at this point, I don't know whether the mushroom stew would have gotten there first, but she shows the meal and
Huh. I like this place. It's quaint. Quaint is a compliment, right?
Yeah,
Out of character. Okay.
I'm pretty sure at least.
I'm not good with my. Well, it's quaint.
all right.
All right. I guess we're going to eat in the awkward silence of two people who.
Nalalia starts eating, and once that there's that sort of long pause of neither one of them saying anything, and then she breaks the silence by saying, "What is it you intend to do here? You acted as if you wanted us to come into town and explore our own interests. What are those to you?"
Okay, so. Out of character,
Yes.
Pan was thinking of getting little gift things for everyone. In character, do I have to roll deception? In character, well, it's a new city. I always explore the new city. It's always exciting to visit a new city, and I'm sure you guys wouldn't want to be bothered with me being all touristy. My camera and around my neck.
The hell's a
Oh
camera?
wait, those haven't been invented. Those haven't been invented yet. Be-
Nalalia she just sort of nods halfway through your explanation before it gets to the fourth wall break of the camera, and she's like, "Okay, so you want to explore around and sort of learn about the various new things."
Yeah. Besides, there's always side quests in cities.
She raises an eyebrow and just shakes her head. Although, to be fair, I did want to point this out earlier. It is almost always, at least I have found, in a like story or whatever, it is almost always the naive and or childish one that ends up being the biggest like fourth wall break. If not, the same character is insane.
Yeah.
That's about it. So it sort
it's-
of makes sense that it's Pan.
I'm always a big fan of those games like Mardic or Undertale where there's just massive fourth wall breaks here and there.
Yep.
Those are my favorite games.
I haven't actually played Undertale yet, though I plan on it.
Yeah, you should.
So I've
Massive
heard.
fourth-
I've had people tell me I should. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I'm broke. Hopefully not for much longer, though.
Fourth wall breaks.
Anyway,
Let's keep
Yeah.
going.
so Nalalia will just she'll smile at that, and well, I just hope you don't get into any too much trouble out there.
Oh, that's fine. I have plot armor after all.
Yeah,
Okay, what do you say
that's
in
so
character, by the way?
That is what I say in character.
Okay.
Nalalia will sort of knock on his scales with her hand and say, I assume these were called scales, not plot. But whatever.
Yeah. I don't know what came over me. I don't know where that statement came from.
Regardless, if once we explore the town a little bit, rest of the day, we can meet back up here. I won't go very far. You'll probably know where I'm going to go anyway.
Probably.
More than likely, yeah.
And we'll meet back up here to rest.
Yeah.
In our room, and then return for the others at the in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And she sort of finishes up the stew and drink and all that, and just she's ready to head on to the library unless Pan has something else he wants to discuss.
No. Pan is going to Pan is going to put his stuff away in the room, and then probably head out.
All right.
Yep.
So, what were Voshton and Tordek doing again at this point?
Wandering
Tordek was
towards the center of town so that Tordek could find a blacksmith and Voshton
Yes.
could find someone who looks reasonably informed.
All right. All right, in that case, let's jump over to you guys. So, you make your way to the
So
plaza.
Washington goes wandering into the middle of the town, and he finds an Eulalia. Wait, what? Anyway.
So, do I see the blacksmith the guard told me about?
Yes, after a little bit of looking around, you find the blacksmith. It's pretty easy to find.
I enter.
Yep.
What do I see?
Well, inside it's very nicely set up, though. You know, it's a very nice building. And, and at present, the blacksmith himself doesn't seem to be inside the building. You do hear hammering towards the back. You know, hammering on, like, hot metal.
Hello there.
One
Do
moment!
you mind?
The voice calls
Okay.
back. You hear a few more strokes of hammer, the sound of metal being inserted into a thing, probably a coal fire or something. I researched blacksmithing recently, fun fact, so I know at least a little bit of what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Well done.
So, and then the individual comes out, seems to be a somewhat older individual, and I haven't
Is it a
set.
dwarf or? Okay.
Yeah, it's a dwarf, albeit relatively tall for a dwarf, and one of his legs actually seems to have been replaced with a wooden stump.
In Dwarvish I say, hello my friend. I have a request for you. As you can see, my armor, my plate mail doesn't really fit me that well, and I was wondering if you could fix that.
He sort of, as he's examining the armor a bit, he sort of picks up what looks like sort of like a little straw of grass or something and sticks it in his teeth and starts chewing. And it's like, I see. Yes. Indeed, it is a bit on the big side.
Yes.
I can help, indeed. Just bear in mind, I don't work for free.
Yeah, that's the other thing. How much would it cost and how long would it take?
I need to figure that out for myself, actually.
Since
It'd
it's already
probably be
half
something-
way done.
Yeah, it'd probably be about the same as before, I would assume.
Which was?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember.
Nothing.
Less than
One
a day.
gold. Less than a day, yeah. Since the the pieces are already there, they just need to be reshaped a little bit.
Yeah. Although
Assuming he helps.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Well, I should be able to have it done either by the end of today or tomorrow, depending on how much reshaping I need to do and any touch-ups that need to be done. I can only see so much from here, only about half of the potential workload.
Yeah, I can even help you with the work. I'm a blacksmith myself. I mean, I'm certainly not as skilled as you, but I think I could help.
Perhaps. He strokes
Maybe
his
you
he
could
strokes
teach me
his
some.
he strokes his graying beard and says, "Nah, I have my own apprentice already, so but feel free to help. Feel free to help. It'll still cost you, though, and it more than likely won't detract from the price. It'll just speed things up a bit.
Okay, so how much would it cost?
Well, if you'd be so kind as to take the cures off so I can analyze it a bit more closely, I can come up with a proper verdict.
I take it off and put it down.
Alright, so he analyzes the plate mail a bit closer, pokes in a few places here and there, and it's like, well, it seems to be in pretty good shape. There's one little spot here. He traces his finger along where you cut the humongous gash in it a few weeks back. He's like, the spot here seems to be a little on the weak side, so I may need to do some retempering and hardening there. But, for the most part, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I estimate by the end of the day, maybe at the end of tomorrow, depending, should be fine. And as for price, I'd say... For a simple job like this, I'd say about 3 gold.
Alright, that sounds reasonable. If you can finish it by the end of today, I will even give you 6 gold.
He lets out a chuckle and says, well, my father always used to say you can't rush perfection, but I was rebutted with perfection doesn't exist, so... All the same, I can't guarantee it'll speed up the work any, but we shall see what happens.
Sure, and I drop 3 gold coins on the table or something.
Okay. Or something, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever's there.
Alright, so he nods and says, so, are you going to help, or do you have your own business to attend to?
No, I will help you.
Very good. In that case, let us set to work. And he'll lead you into the back where his forge and tools are at, and while you guys are doing that shit, I'll jump back over to Voshton.
Alright.
Should I roll, by the way, how much I help them, or...?
In this instance, I'm going to say he's most notably just sort of calling on you for somewhat lesser things, like,
Yeah.
He's working very
Sure,
swiftly and efficiently, and most notably he's basically doing like the scalpel sort of thing.
You're the ghost.
Yeah, sort of. You're speeding things up a bit by helping him get the tools he needs faster and all that, but for the most part, he's working like lightning on his own already.
Well, for things like if he's tempering it, things like the bellows will require 2 people, right?
I have no idea. I'm used to more modernized blacksmithing is what I was Googling.
Ah.
So, modern variations of the same tools, but all the same. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's keep going. So, over with Voshton.
Alright, well, Voshton first seeks advisor of the highest authority and looks around for druid signs. Things in things in the druidic language posted on door frames or similar. Should I roll investigation?
I suppose.
I doubt they are here.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it too. Voshton doubts it, but if they're there...
Yeah, you don't see anything of the sort.
Alright, Voshton turns to the second highest authority and tries to find some vermin.
Vermin?
Yep. Rats, or, could be carrion birds as well, like ravens or the similar.
Okay.
Are there any that aren't being actively chased away by the people of the town?
There are some birds overhead, but there aren't any on the street as far as other types of vermin goes.
Alright. In that case, Voshton casts a spell.
Okay.
And shouts up to one of the birds, "Would you mind coming down? I'd like to ask you something."
Everyone around you looks at you weirdly and sort of gives you a wide berth, but the bird comes down anyway. All right, so the bird comes down, sort of. It's a raven indeed. Actually, wait. Let me veto that. It's a seagull.
Okay.
Alright.
True vermin.
So, you're in a harbor town, so
Yep.
granted it's a river harbor, but still, seagulls, they're a thing.
Mm.
So it comes to a landing in front of you, and makes it sound "Gah!" in sort of a questioning way. I used to be able to imitate seagulls so perfectly. I don't know what happened.
The voice changed.
Yes. Granted, I could only imitate seagulls when I was a little kid, so I guess that makes sense.
Well, first things first, he offers it some of the food from his remaining rations.
It eats the rations happily.
Now, friend, I'm looking for a dragonborn, and I'm sure there are many in this city, but this particular one is most likely rather unique in appearance. First of all, he is quite red, and second, he may be stumbling around either carrying a great deal of armor or wearing a great deal of armor with no breastplate. Have you seen such a dragon?
Let's see. The seagull conveys to you that, let me just check here really quick.
Oh, wait, are seagulls colorblind? Hang on a minute.
That is actually a really good question. Thank you for catching that.
Google.
Where are you?
Are seagulls colorblind?
No?
Yeah,
No.
I think I found a probably no.
Yeah.
Okay. It makes sense for them to not be colorblind, at least not totally.
Yep.
Alright, so let's hear. The seagull conveys to you that it has not seen anyone of the sort.
Alright, thank you for your time.
It lets out a and then flies away.
All of this in the middle of the street with people staring, I imagine.
Yes, very much so.
Yep.
I think Voshton would accept the highly credible information from a seagull and just go about wandering the town.
Okay. That works. Alright, so, if, with all that said and done, is it okay with everyone else, and everyone here, if we just sort of like skim over the remainder of the days, because,
There's only one thing
well-
I would do
Yeah,
after. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. For me, it's different.
Yeah, I'll finish my plate mail. I will sell my remaining chainmail so that I'm rid of that.
okay.
For me, I was just going to, well, let's do Nalalia first.
Sure.
Well, all Nalalia was going to do is she was going to. I don't know if you have anything specific for it, but Nalalia was going to go to their Grey Rose library and see if she could find anything concerning like the history or knowledge or anything of that sort concerning like the Knights of Spellbridge, the Knights of this kingdom, that sort of thing.
Alright. Well, there are definitely some history books that cover the general history of Dunmall.
And I mean, here's the thing. This is sort of the specific that she's looking for. She remembers reading, I think we mentioned it at one point, that the king here is sort of the sort that wants to try to make sure that there's another way to, preserve the life of this world and not have to sacrifice dragons. And he also has a Dragonborn, i.e. Char, among his knights, and it was said way back when that Dragonborn are sort of they're down in the southern parts of the world. Not all of them are stuck up in the fortress or whatever, but you know, it seemed it seemed to Nalia that Char is probably the only Dragonborn among that knight's or that king's knights, and she's seeing if there's any kind of information she can get concerning that.
I see. Well, the majority.
If that makes sense at all.
Yeah, I would recommend rolling like a what sort of roll would that be? Like an insight check, a history check?
Investigation.
Sure, let's go with investigation.
Yeah, I'll sure go with the one that I'm not as good at.
Yeah, you're still good at it. Shush.
Investigation. Not too bad. Boop. Bah.
Yeah.
Can I get advantage because I know what I'm looking for?
You know what you're looking. You know what you're looking for, but you have never been in this library, so I just say it's a standard roll.
Ow. Okay, fine.
All right. So, yeah. Okay. So, as it rests, you find a few general history books, but none of them are particularly recent. So you doubt they would contain information on Char.
Okay.
All right.
That's pretty much all I had for that.
All right. So what is and Panmorn was going to go out and get gifts for everyone, right?
Sort of. He's first going to go to ask around to see if there is a brewery.
As in like a place where one could find plenty of alcohol.
Yeah,
beverages.
it can't. It doesn't have to be a brewery. It could just be a wine shop or beer shop.
A liquor store.
A liquor store. Did they call them liquor stores back then?
I don't know.
Ale house. Ale house.
Ale house. There we go.
Ale house. Yeah. I'm trying to stay in the thing until unless I'm breaking the fourth law. I try to stay in the world.
Makes sense. All right.
Ale house.
So, you're asking around for an ale house, or are you just straight up looking for one?
I'm asking around. Unlike the rest of these guys, I like asking questions.
All right. So, after a sufficient amount of asking around, you hear of an ale house. It's on the southern edge of town, but it's more like one of the southern squares.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's big and nice and very rowdy, but other than that, it's
all right. I go to the ale house.
all right.
You're back at the pickaxe.
No, you see, that's an inn and tavern, not an ale house.
Yeah.
Although the difference is probably the difference is probably barely noticeable.
Well, you don't actually drink at an ale house.
You just buy the liquor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking for some decently expensive stuff.
Is that in character to the person in the place?
Yeah.
Right.
I have no idea what I'm looking for. I don't drink that much.
Okay.
That one's out of character. But I'm looking for some decently expensive stuff.
All right. So the individual behind the counter, a gnome, looks up at you, and his eyes he gets this sort of interesting gleam in his eye, and a smirk crosses his face, like, expensive, eh?
Yes.
Well, as it so happens, the majority of the things I sell here are relatively cheap. But there is one beverage that I keep. I don't keep much of it in stock at any given time. The city would probably collapse if I did. But surprisingly enough, it's not super expensive because it's not super hard to make. And its name is misleading. It's called water.
Ha. Funny.
Not well water, mind you. It's not spring or river water. It is called water because of the way it looks and smells and tastes. But I'm not kidding with you. It's an actual alcoholic beverage.
That tastes like water.
Yes.
Wow. Pan is. Oh my. Pan is going to look around the shop. I'm assuming there's tags on things.
Yes, there are tags on things.
Okay. I'm looking for. Well, he's going to look around for some a decently expensive one. I don't think I can pay for the water.
All right.
He's looking for something that's somewhat expensive, higher endish. 1 or 2 gold. 2 gold. What's that?
Okay.
Wait, actually, how much is alcohol? Does anyone know out off the top of their head how expensive is alcohol?
No idea. Sorry.
No idea.
All right, I'll go for 2 gold ish. It can't be. Although it is an entire jug of that stuff, so we'll say 5 gold. We'll say 5 gold.
I think Darwin's actually doing research. Are you?
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna try to find it.
It says it under trade goods or equipment or something.
It's so hard to search this particular PDF that I'm. Hold on. See, trade goods.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
shush.
dun.
Shush, shush, shush.
I mean, if we can't find it, you could just make up a price.
Okay, so ale, for drink, a gallon of ale is listed as being 2 silver, and a mug is 4 copper, and then like fine wine is 10 gold.
Okay, so I'm looking for something because I'm buying alcohol, so it's 1 gold for good ale.
Right.
Yeah, 1 gold for good ale.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for something around the 1 gold price.
Okay. Okay, you find a few things here and there scattered around the shop.
All right, I'll buy one of them.
All right. All right. So the gnome sort of looks at you as you're paying for this. Sounds like, you sure you don't want to get the water?
Ooh, does it come with ice?
You can put ice in it, but I don't sell the ice on its own. As it rests, the beverage itself can be drinking at pretty much any temperature, and the result will always be the same.
Oh, not today.
Okay. Your loss.
Yeah. So the next thing he's going to look for is probably going to be a apothecary type place.
Okay. Okay, well. As it so happens, in the same square that you're in right now, there is an apothecary.
Okay. And he is going to go inside and try to find the shopkeeper first.
Yeah, so there's a... Let's see here. How many halflings have I had in this campaign so far?
I think 2 or 3.
2 or 3? Wait, we've... Halflings or gnomes?
Halflings. I know I've had 2 or 3 gnomes, but I think I've only had 1 halfling, and that was the first one.
Okay,
Maybe,
1.
yeah.
And so, okay, I'll make this one a halfling. Sure, why not? Okay, so there's a halfling sort of tending to stuff in the store. Looks at you as you enter and is like, "Hello."
Hello? Do you by any chance have some herbs that a druid would want?
Well, could you be a bit more specific? I mean, I carry all sorts of herbs and medicinal items, but druids are a bit of a foggy subject. You need to be a bit more specific.
I'm not actually a druid, so let's say something that allows you to communicate with trees. Druids like trees, right?
Is there actually a potion for that?
Yes. That was in character.
Okay, but there is actually a potion for that.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure there's a spell, but I don't know if there's a potion.
Probably a spell. Looking for a potion with that effect?
Yeah, there is a spell. Here, I'll look it up.
Okay, I
Let's see
actually
what's
just got an idea in my head, actually. So, the halfling sort of perks up and says, "Communicate with trees, eh? Well, trees don't really have much on their minds, so to speak, but I do have a thing that allows you to sort of... come with me. I'll explain it on the way."
Okay.
So he leads you to one of the aisles in the shop, and on the way he sort of tells you that the way the potion he has in mind works is it doesn't do anything on its own other than tasting kind of bad. But the way it works is if you find a tree that happens to have sap coming out of it, if you take some of that sap and mix it very thoroughly into the potion and then consume the potion, it will basically allow you to sort of like, in a way, sort of detect, see, sense some of the things that the tree has experienced in recent hours or even days, depending on the potency of the potion and the recency of the sap.
Okay.
So it basically allows us to like determine what has happened near this tree or to this tree in a range between a few hours to a few days.
Okay. I think I'll... how much does it cost?
It's a bit hard to concoct. I'd say maybe 2 gold pieces per vial.
Alright. I'll take a vial.
Alright. And the exchange of coins happens.
Alright. Thank you very much. Pet shop next.
Pet
Not
shop?
the pet
What, are you going to get a little... What, are you getting a rabbit?
aviary. An aviary.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know, what does a Kara like? I was thinking something small...
Are you going to get a Kara a sweetheart?
No, I was going to get... I don't know, yeah, lots of food he can carry around in a small bag of holding, like a very small bag of holding.
Do you have a small bag of holding?
He's not done shopping.
I'm not done shopping. Maybe a small bag of holding would be cheap.
How much is a normal bag of holding? I don't even know.
Well, they don't sell much magical items, but a small one shouldn't be that much, right? It's like he can't stick his beak that far into it, so it can't be more than like an inch. What would so he's going to go to okay, is there anything that I would give to, let's say, a bird? What would I buy for a bird, like, as a pet? He's going to ask that around.
Crows are carnivores or omnivores, right?
Something like that.
Omnivores.
Yeah.
Well, you could always get him some like very high quality type of food that crows commonly eat, and then just have Nalalia keep it on hand, and whenever a Kara is gonna have some, just have Nalalia pass it to him.
All right.
Just because I kind of like giving a suggestion to my players occasionally.
Well, I'm asking this around, so we can just pretend that I'm asking a passerby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I missed that part.
Yeah. Do you know where I could buy such a thing?
The person in question gives you some directions to a nearby general pet store sort of thing. It doesn't sell pets, but it sells resources for various types of pets, ranging from birds to dogs to cats, etc.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
All right. So he gives so the person gives you directions, and yeah.
Do you have any high-end bird food feed thing.
High-end bird food feed thing. Way to be descriptive, jackass!
I don't know what's called. I'm sorry.